Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I feel so young inside, but why does my hair make me look tired, even older than I really am? If you've ever had that moment, you're not alone. For women over 60, our hair can either lift us up or quietly age us down. And sometimes it feels unfair, doesn't it? We're still vibrant, full of life, full of stories, but the reflection looking back doesn't always match the energy we feel inside. But here's the beautiful truth. What if I told you that with just the right haircut, nothing drastic, nothing extreme, you could instantly soften your features, add natural lift, bring movement back into your hair, and look up to 10 years younger, all without trying to be someone you're not? I'm not talking about trendy teenage styles that don't fit real women. I'm talking about timeless, elegant cuts designed for you, women who want to feel confident, radiant, and visible again. Because here's the secret. Your haircut shouldn't just work. It should inspire. It should uplift. It should tell the world who you are, before you even say a word. And if you're ready to discover not just styles, but confidence that shines through every strand of hair, make sure you subscribe to EverWise Older Women right now. We share wisdom, style, and empowerment for women in their best years, because your best era isn't behind you. It's beginning now. And while you're here, drop me a comment below. When was the last time you truly loved your haircut? I'd love to hear your story. Now I know what you might be thinking, but my hair isn't what it used to be. It's thinner, flatter, maybe a little more silver. Can a haircut really make that much difference? And the answer is yes, absolutely. I've spent the last few years studying exactly what works for real women over 60. I've spoken to hairstylists who specialize in aging hair, to personal stylists who help women reinvent their look, and even to confidence coaches who remind us that beauty is about more than the surface. And here's the truth. It's not your fault if your go-to haircut from 20 or 30 years ago doesn't flatter you the way it used to. Hair changes with time, texture shifts, volume reduces, color evolves. Your face shape even changes subtly with age. That doesn't mean you've lost your beauty. It simply means your style needs to evolve along with you. And when it does, that reflection in the mirror finally begins to match the vibrant, wise, radiant woman you feel inside. That's why in today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 proven haircuts that not only flatter women over 60, but actually celebrate you, your natural beauty, your elegance, and your confidence. So stay with me until the end, because I'll also reveal a few of the most common haircut mistakes that might be silently aging you a whole decade, and how to avoid them. Ready? Let's begin. Haircut 1. The soft layered bob. Let's start with a classic that has stood the test of time, but with a modern twist, the soft layered bob. This isn't your grandmother's bob, and it's not that severe, flat on the head version that can age you in an instant. This is the reimagined elegant bob, softened with gentle layers that move, bounce, and beautifully frame your face. Why is this haircut so powerful for women over 60? Because as we age, hair naturally loses volume. It can become limp, flat, or thinner, especially around the crown and temples. The soft layered bob corrects that. Subtle layers create even in fine hair. They add movement where hair used to fall flat. They lift the cheeks, brighten the jawline, and bring softness to the eyes. Another reason this cut works so well. It adapts to your face shape. Whether your face is round, oval, heart-shaped, or square, the bob can be customized. Want to elongate your neck? Go just past the chin. Want to accentuate cheekbones? Ask your stylist for face-framing layers that start around the cheek. It's not just a haircut. It's a sculpting tool for your features. And here's the best part. It isn't high maintenance. You don't need rollers or hours with a curling iron. A quick blow-dry with a round brush, or even air-drying with a touch of mousse, and you've got a youthful, elegant look that moves naturally. This cut also embraces silver hair beautifully. Layers catch the light, enhancing the natural dimension of your gray or white strands. And if you still color your hair, it works just as well, especially with soft highlights or lowlights. The feedback I hear most from women who switch to this style is simple. I didn't know I could look this refreshed. People notice something different, but can't quite put their finger on it. The soft layered bob doesn't scream for attention. It whispers elegance. So if your current style feels heavy, lifeless, or stuck in the past, the soft layered bob might just be the cut that helps you feel light, fresh, and full of life again. Haircut 2. The textured pixie cut. Now let's talk about a haircut that radiates confidence, freedom, and timeless edge. The textured pixie cut. Before you say, "Oh no, I could never pull that off," stay with me. This isn't about being daring just for the sake of it. It's about shedding the weight, literally and emotionally, of hairstyles that no longer reflect who you've become. Yes, the pixie cut is short, but it's also incredibly feminine, flattering, and full of character. It brings out your cheekbones, lifts your eyes, elongates your neck, and highlights your natural bone structure, which, by the way, only becomes more striking as we age. The magic of this cut lies in the texture. This isn't a flat, boyish pixie from the past. This is modern, layered, softly feathered. It adds volume where you need it most, especially at the crown, while keeping the sides elegant and tapered. If you have thinning hair, this style can be a revelation. Strategic layering and point-cutting techniques create fullness and movement, even in areas that have lost density. The result is light, lifted hair that makes you look instantly refreshed, and yes, younger. But here's something many women don't expect. The pixie cut is emotionally freeing. Again and again, women tell me, "I finally feel like myself. I stopped hiding behind my hair." After decades of believing longer hair was safer or more feminine, many discover that the pixie doesn't take away their femininity. It reveals it. And maintenance. Surprisingly easy. With a well-shaped pixie, daily styling often takes just a few minutes. A touch of texturizing spray, a dab of pomade, and you're done. You can wear it sleek and polished or playful and tousled, depending on your mood. And let's not forget, gray or salt and pepper hair looks absolutely stunning in a pixie. The shorter style lets your natural silver sparkle like jewelry, turning your hair into a statement piece all on its own. So if you've ever thought, "I want to change. I want to feel lighter, freer, more me," the textured pixie might be calling your name. Not because it makes you look 30 again, but because it makes you look fully alive. And that kind of beauty, that's timeless. Haircut 3. Shoulder length with face framing layers. Maybe you're not quite ready to go short. Maybe you've worn your hair long for years, even decades, because it feels like part of your identity. If that's you, here's the good news. You don't have to chop it all off to look fresh, elegant, and youthful. One of the most flattering, flexible cuts for women over 60 is shoulder-length hair with face-framing layers. At first glance, it might seem like a simple, even safe choice. But when done well, it's anything but basic. The magic is in the layering. Instead of one-length hair that drags your features down, the layers are cut to lift the eye upward, toward your cheekbones, your jawline, your eyes. Think of it as sculpting with scissors. The length still feels feminine, but the structure brings life. Layers remove bulk where hair feels heavy, and add movement where it tends to fall flat. The result? Fuller-looking hair, a lighter frame around your face, and a softer, more energized look overall. This cut is especially ideal if you have medium to thick hair, or even fine hair that tends to collapse. It prevents that dreaded triangle shape, flat at the top, wide at the bottom, and instead creates balance and flow. It's also beautiful on silver or salt and pepper hair. Why? Because those face-framing layers catch the light, adding dimension and brightness that makes your natural color shine. Now here's the truth. Most stylists won't say, hair that's too long after 60 can actually age you. When it hangs past the shoulders with no structure, it pulls your features down. But cut it to the shoulders, add those strategic layers, and suddenly everything lifts. Styling is versatile too. Blow it out with a round brush for bounce. Add soft waves for effortless elegance. Or let it air dry, and allow the layers to do the work. You can add curtain bangs for playfulness, or a deep side part for polish. This cut is about balance. It keeps the femininity of length, but adds the intention of structure. You don't feel like you're chasing youth. You feel like you're elevating your presence. If you want to keep your length, but still feel lighter, fresher, and more radiant, shoulder length with face framing layers may be exactly what you've been waiting for. Haircut 4. The modern blunt bob. Now let's talk about a haircut that exudes quiet confidence, timeless polish, and effortless strength. The modern blunt bob. The traditional blunt bob, cut sharply with no layers, was once seen as harsh or rigid. But today's version is softer, more wearable, and much more flattering, especially for women over 60. Why does this cut work so well? Because structure equals elegance. As we age, our facial contours naturally soften, cheekbones lose some definition, jawlines aren't as sharp. A well-cut blunt bob restores that structure. It frames the face, sharpens the silhouette, and gives an immediate sense of intention, like a perfectly tailored jacket for your features. But don't picture stiff or geometric lines. The modern blunt bob is customized. It might have a subtle undercut that curves under at the chin, or a deep side part that adds drama and lift, maybe feathered ends in front to soften the jawline, or even a bold fringe to highlight the eyes. This adaptability is what makes it ageless. You keep the clean lines, but add personality, softness, and movement. And the maintenance? Surprisingly easy. A good cut will almost style itself. It can air dry beautifully, or need just a quick blow dry with a flat brush. If your hair is naturally straight, or slightly wavy, you'll find this cut especially low fuss. The real beauty of the blunt bob is the message it sends. It doesn't try too hard. It doesn't hide. It says, I know who I am. This is me. So if you're ready for a cut that projects elegance with clarity, strength with femininity, the modern blunt bob is worth considering, because it's not just timeless, it's truly ageless. Haircut 5. The soft shag with curtain bangs. Our final haircut may surprise you because it's playful, full of personality, and yet one of the most age-defying cuts a woman over 60 can wear: the soft shag with curtain bangs. Now don't picture the wild rock star shag of the 1970s. The modern version is lighter, softer, and infinitely more flattering. It's full of strategically placed layers that add movement, texture, and life, without ever looking like you're chasing youth. Why does it work so well? Because it gives mature hair exactly what it needs: volume at the crown, movement around the face, and softness throughout. The back is often feathered or graduated to avoid the dreaded flat on top, bulky at the bottom shape. And then there are the curtain bangs, the feature that makes this cut so special. These bangs part gently in the middle, sweeping to the sides, framing your eyes and cheekbones. They disguise forehead lines, visually lift the face, and add softness without heaviness. Many women worry bangs or layers will be too youthful or too high maintenance. But in truth, the soft shag is one of the easiest styles to live with. The layers do most of the work for you. Let it air dry with a bit of mousse, or smooth it with a flat iron for polish. Even the bangs grow out gracefully, meaning fewer trims. But here's why I love this cut most. It reflects personality. Too often, women over 60 feel pressured into safe hairstyles: tidy, conservative, predictable. And if that's you, that's wonderful. But if you're a woman with a spark, with a playful spirit, with a love of reinvention, the soft shag tells the world, I'm still here, I still have joy, I still have style. It's not about rebellion, it's about freedom. The freedom to show your energy, your humor, your vibrance. If you're ready for a haircut that doesn't just frame your face but expresses your spirit, the soft shag with curtain bangs might be the perfect reintroduction. Because sometimes the right haircut isn't just about beauty, it's about telling the world who you are. Today, before you book your next appointment, let's talk about something just as important as choosing the right cut: the mistakes that can unknowingly add years to your look. Even the most elegant woman can fall into these traps, not because she doesn't care, but because no one told her the truth. Let's uncover them now. Mistake 1. Keeping the same haircut for decades. I know it's comforting to stick with what once worked. Maybe that style made you feel beautiful years ago. But hair changes, and so do we. What flattered you at 30 may not flatter you at 60. Updating your haircut doesn't erase your past, it honors the woman you are now. Mistake 2. Hair that's too heavy, or too long without layers. Many women grow their hair long believing length equals femininity. But hair that hangs heavy without shape can actually drag your features downward. It hides the neck, highlights jowls, and removes movement. The solution? Layers and face-framing pieces that bring light and softness back to your look. Mistake 3. Sticking to one-length cuts. While a sleek, blunt line can be chic, for many women it makes the hair look flat and lifeless. Without movement, the haircut can harden your expression. Texture and gentle layering restore softness and youthfulness. Mistake 4. Ignoring the hairline and crown. Thinning often shows up here first, and the wrong cut can make it more obvious. A thoughtful stylist knows how to shape around these areas with light fringe, soft bangs, or gentle layering to disguise thinning and lift the face. Mistake 5. Over-volumizing or over-texturizing. On the flip side, too much styling can age you too. Overdone blowouts, teased crowns, or choppy spikes look dated. Modern elegance is about softness and natural movement, not stiffness. Mistake 6. Forgetting that color and cut must work together. Sometimes it's not the cut that's aging you, it's the color. A beautiful bob in the wrong shade can wash you out. A trendy shag in flat, box-dye black can dull your skin. Cut and color should enhance each other. Highlights, lowlights, or even embracing silver can elevate the whole look. The truth is, none of these mistakes mean you're less beautiful. They simply mean you're stuck in a style that no longer reflects the vibrant woman you are today. And beauty at any age is about evolving, not staying frozen in time. There's something powerful, almost spiritual, about a woman who reinvents herself. And often that reinvention begins with a haircut. Because when you sit in that salon chair and say, "I'm ready for something different," what you're really saying is, "I'm ready to step into the woman I am now." And no, it doesn't mean chasing trends or pretending to be 30 again. It means choosing a style that honors your wisdom, your strength, your grace, and your vitality. Age isn't a limitation, it's a liberation. You've earned the right to wear your hair in a way that makes you feel radiant, visible, and alive. And whether you choose a soft bob, a playful shag, or a bold pixie, remember your best era isn't behind you, it's just beginning. If this video inspired you, I'd love for you to join our community of confident, radiant women here at EverWise Older Women. Make sure to subscribe for more timeless style tips, beauty wisdom, and conversations that celebrate who we are right now. And I'd love to hear from you what haircut has most transformed how you feel about yourself. Share your story in the comments, because when one woman shines, she inspires us all.